Hey, everyone. I am William Brown from iamwilliambrown.com, and this is my update on the Everything is Possible project. The other thing that I wanted to kind of bring into this is to ask the question, or answer the question, of why now, and what does that mean. um, I am really embracing the the Everything is Possible agenda, and I'll explain exactly what that is and what that means within this conversation. But yeah, there is a why now. I think there are people that are looking around saying that we have, a new president. Give them a chance, right? A new administration. Give them a chance to honor all their promises and fix all the problems that were created. So why would you be starting a project today? And after all of this, in this time. And I believe it's this, that it doesn't matter, right? It it really doesn't matter who's president if you believe that everything is possible. If you believe that you can make choices in your life to make a difference in this world, in this country, it doesn't matter who's president. And too often we give up that power. We give up our sovereignty, our personal sovereignty, to politicians because we say that we're busy with our lives. And the busyness that we are with our lives cause our politicians to do and not do the things that would benefit us. So, what is Everything is Possible project? Last year, I had a strong leaning, thought, desire to run for president of the United States. I didn't share that with a lot of people, but there was a number of people that were important to me, that I threw it around. I talked to pollsters. I talked to people that have worked on campaigns before. I really worked out a plan to run as an independent, write-in independent candidate. And I knew it was a long shot. I knew that there was a lot of things that would kind of get in the way of that. But there was this compelling feeling that if I wasn't willing to stand up, and basically be a part of the conversation of what was happening and not happening in our country, what difference does it make? And so from that place of having the audacity to think that I would run for president, and after talking to family and friends, I decided not to. You probably didn't see that announcement or didn't see much talk of that. But what came out of that was this project, this 50-state project that will last for 3.5 years. Why is that important? Because this project is designed to have representatives and make a difference in all 50 states. And we will make a difference, right? We will make changes. We will make things possible, right? In those states, and with the help or not the help of politicians. So, not leaving it up to politicians, but working with politicians that worked together. I have no plan within this project. I will not reinvent the wheel. There's a lot of people doing amazing things, a lot of nonprofit organizations that I am working with and that will continue to work with around the country to really help make a difference. And so so I'm really excited about that, but I want your help. I need your help. And I think that if we to answer the question why now is that beyond that it doesn't make a difference. It makes a difference and it doesn't make a difference, right? So I will embrace, duality of that. But if we wait for politicians to solve our problems, if we wait for politicians to be honorable and decent, um, we won't have the life that we want, the 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 life that we that's important to us. And I think, as I mentioned in another broadcast, time's up. It is really. I don't want my relationships to um, be left on a balance because of who they voted for or didn't vote for. When we reduce our relationships and the way that we engage with each other on based on politics, then we miss each other. And I've mentioned today in a post that I share that unity is always about choice. People want to make it about now during this time we can have unity. Unity was always available, but many of us decided that we didn't want unity. We wanted resistance. So at any point, you can make a decision to be unified, to be thoughtful, to be considerate, to see the challenges that are in the world or not. And it's not because of who's in the White House that unity is possible. Unity is possible when you say it's possible, when you are willing to get into the messiness of unity. And I am. And I believe that unity is possible, but not a political unity, not a slogan unity, not when you feel that you can block people on social media and feel that, oh, I am unified with everybody that thinks like me and looks like me. That's not unity. That's the same thing that we call white supremacy. You're just using a different label instead of white. And I think I really I haven't been sharing things about this project. One, because to be honest, I have been frustrated. I have been going back and forth as if, do I really believe that it is possible, that things are possible? When people will leave their life, their livelihood, up to politicians, up to someone to blame. And I really want I really want to make a difference. I really want people to feel that they're making a difference. But a self-righteous, opinionated truth will not make a difference for people. People are literally dying in the streets, and it's acceptable. I think it's possible to end racial hatred. Sorry. I think it's possible to honor and respect people based on who they love or their gender. Um, is it? It's possible, but the only way that it's really possible, if you believe that, I can believe it until I'm dead, but until you believe it, it's not going to happen. And so the invitation is to be a part of a group, be a part of a community, invite people in to really look at what's possible in your life, because it starts with you. And so as we sit back and listen to the news and listen to people gloat about who's no longer in the White House, people still suffer. People are out of work. So we can change that. And we don't have to wait for somebody's agenda. What's your agenda about taking care of yourself and other people? What do you honestly believe when you sit and see the world and you see this country and you see your neighborhood? What do you see? Do you see more of the same, or do you see something so much better that you can be a part of? I think that's what Everything is Possible is all about. I believe from the core of my being, I was going to say the bottom of my heart, but it's even deeper than that. I believe the next president of the United States will be from this community. I do. Because I believe that politicians on every level of government will be about politicians more than they'll be about people. And so the more that I can be a part of, and that we can be a part of, really having a grassroots movement, revolution, how we take care of each other, then the politicians will listen. They'll be able to work with us because they'll know that we're serious, that we don't need them, that we don't need their fear, and we don't need their demonizing to get things done. Because all of the people that you are canceling from our culture are not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. They may leave your feed, but they're not going to leave your life. So real unity is willing to have those hard conversations. I believe that's possible. But if we continue to demonize each other, we'll have more of the same. So now is the time. A couple years ago, I embraced the word noun, right? Noun is being present. In this present moment, what are you willing to dream? What are you willing to live for? Most of the times we're asked questions like, what are you willing to die for? I'm asking the question, what are you willing to live for? That's what this project is all about. And as this project gets more people and gets more structure and gets the purpose and vision gets clear for a lot of people, we will transform this country. There's a lot of conversations there's a lot of conversations that we haven't been having for a long time, and we're acting as if the conversation's over. Here is something that I feel led to say, because I've recognized that when I first thought of this conversation and this project, there was this, happy Bill, smiling Bill. William is just, nice guy. Nice guy. We're going to change the world together. Kumbaya. Let's have our drum circles and let's just kind of do that. That's not where I am now. Life is too important. People are too important. And here's a reality. Here's a reality that I want to say. And this is something that I would typically put in writing to say, okay, just say it. This is my first okay, I'll say it live. So, yeah, I am really embracing the brave that's in me. Okay, I'll say it. And what I want to say is, as we celebrate the new administration, I want you to recognize, and I want you to be aware that the person that's a vice president, when they were running for president, there was 2% of the vote. The person that is president, that for a long time, we couldn't realize if he really had what it took to kind of be president or be coherent and make a statement. Now, all of those images are gone. And so in my understanding and what I have seen is that we took a problematic candidate to allow another problematic candidate to get rid of a demon that we created. And so now there's no problem. There's only unity. And so as we celebrate all the labels, as we check all the boxes, now there's no problems until there is. Until there is something that they do or don't do that you feel that's important to you. And so that's what politics are. And so we can sit back and celebrate, and we can sing the song, Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead, right? And we can look for people to put in jail, and we can do all the things that we can do, or we can be about living our life and taking care of each other. Everything is possible is about having difficult conversations and really telling it. It's not even telling it like it is. It's just inviting people to just say, you know what, this sucks, but it doesn't have to suck. And if we miss this moment, the moment is now. If we miss this moment, we will continue to give up our power. And so, yes, I would love to think that this people that believe that everything is possible will be nice and wonderful and not be disgruntled and all that. But when you back people into a corner, when you think people are marginalized to a point of they can barely exist in a society, when our rate of suicide goes up, and that's acceptable, we're not just going to sit back and be nice. And so I will promise, this is my commitment, that we'll be respectful. Everyone that's a part of this project, myself included, I will be respectful. But I'm not going to be afraid to kind of share what I see and how we're being manipulated. And I've used that word purposely because how we get information and what information we get is by design. I remember there was a show, I don't remember the name of the show, but it would start off, there's a million stories in the Naked City, right? And the only ones that we get to hear are the ones that they want us to hear. You're part of those millions of stories. And everything is possible is inviting you to live your life fully and tell your story and be your story and share your story. Because I believe we are all here not just for a reason, but on purpose. And so as we recognize and identify our purpose, and that purpose, I believe, is found with looking in and having an awareness of our desires. From the place of desires, then we can see what our values are. From a place of our values, then we can see what we support and what we put movement to. And I'm inviting you to live your values, live your desires, and change this country. We can wait for the 100 days, or we can wait for the next 100 days, or we can sit back and see what's going to happen for the next 4 years, or we can live our life now. Everything is possible now because there are more people than you care to admit that have been marginalized to the point where they're ready to give up. And I haven't reached a place to sit by and watch it happen. I believe that everything is possible and that I invite you to believe it also. Not just because of me, but because you've seen it. When you close your eyes, you see what's important. You see what you love. You see what is getting away from you. So it's up to us. So I invite you to join the group, Facebook group of Everything is Possible. We'll be in that group for a period of time, and then we'll move to a private group offline. A private group, not on Facebook, from a website, and kind of go from there. And so we can go from there. So thank you very much for this time. I will be doing these updates once a week. We'll let you know where we are, and how we will show up. You know what? There's a part of me that was like, oh God, this got away from me. But you know what? What I needed to say, I said. Everything is possible. It's up to us. It's up to us. Thank you. Join me.